When I was a child, I liked fantasy, but I didn't have enough imagination to create interesting and fantastic stories. Imagination was never my strength. When I grew up, I had a new strength. I focused on numbers and logic. It has been 6 years since I moved to Cali. In recent months, it has been experiencing serious social problems. Once, when I woke up in the morning, I found the image of a child looking out my window in silence. I should have been worried, but I didn't panic because I knew who it was, the little prince. Why is the city full of baobabs? He asked. Huh? Baobabs, the giant trees that are all over the city. Can you see them? Worried, I looked at the panorama, but I could only see the houses. I know you. What are you doing here? After a silence, we whispered, I don't understand the names of these baobabs. What does reforms, poverty, pandemic, few opportunities, disappearances mean? What are you reading? I interrupted him. I don't think my lamp or I can't take these baobabs down, he said, continuing. The little prince leaves my house and started walking around the city. Part of me knew I would learn something new. He walked around the city and Little Prince recognized many characters from his travels. He arrived at the center of the city and I observed a large building. These people they have characteristics of king and the vain one, say. I understood that he was referring to our Cali representative and his subordinates. So we continued. The situation in Cali is delicate, and many times I worry about of safety. But the little prince walked the street with natural innocence and dangerous curiosity. The little prince commented that the city had a very particular smell of alcohol. It reminded him of the drinker he met. I interpreted it as many of us are in bubbles of conformity and indifference without solving the problems of the city. We passed by some policemen, where he recognized them as bluffers. I interpreted it as many of them did not have the balance of I must do and I want to do. In an upper-class neighborhood, he recognized many businessmen, pointed out many of their objects as stars. I interpret as excessive consumerism. He passed many houses where people watch television every day. He recognized the geographers, which I interpreted as those who only know the world through the typical media. We arrived at a grey and colorless street. What a beautiful mural, don't you think, Fox? I had not noticed the fox next to me until I mentioned it. I could only see a grey wall. What do you mean? I asked. That grey paint. Is it meant to be a hidden message? So I understood that at behind it all, I could see the previous mural showing the injustices of the last protest. In a few minutes, people arrived to repaint the wall in grey. The fox looked at them and said, it is only with heart that one can see. Rightly, what is essential is invisible to the eye. With that, I understood everything. The meaning and love of the artist for the mural was not understood by everyone, especially not by those who painted the wall gray. Alone, I went through the city again. There was a lot of noise and disturbance around me, but I feel no fear. I saw giant trees all over the city until I came upon a beautiful field of flowers where a snake was approaching. Behind it was the little prince. I understood that it was the end. I accepted the snake bite, and so finally I walked with a smile next to the little prince.